Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this morning session. Right? If you are here with us this morning, I want to help each other to warm up. So the new norm of communication is through our finger. So can you type the word good morning in the chat box to greet one another that's in this session together? Right? So greet each other good morning through the chat box. Yes. Good morning. Yuan Ling. That's your name. And 早安. Good morning, good morning. Mr. Steele, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Right, so look like you are ready to start. So if you are ready to start this session, type the word ready in the chat box. Ready, yep. Okay, thank you very much. Get ready to set goal. Yes, you need to reset your goal because now, by the way, we are almost half year through the year, 6 months. Now we are in the 6th month, so there another 6 more months before we end this year. And before you know it, this 6 months, you almost like another half being locked down and virtually doing most of the things, right? So this morning, together with me, we'll conduct this session with Jonathan Kuek. So for those who, in case yet to know me, my name is Seng. I'm from the regional team, right? So I have invited guest with me, Jonathan Kuek. Obviously, he's more famous, handsome, and younger than me, to come and share this platform with me to go through this process of resetting our goal. It's because the half-year mark. So it's good to evaluate beginning the year, the goal that we set, and how can we readjust some of the goal strategy, especially to see how can we do well in the next 6 months, right? To help us to be in the same page, let me share screen, right? So this tool that we're going to introduce to you is developed based on this model from the MREA book, the REAP book that we always mention, because inside this book, they give us the 4 very distinct business model to follow in order to help us to reach to the $1 million mark, right? So inside this book on page 130, there is this economic model that being explained to us. And the whole idea of this economic model is to help us to know what are the key numbers that we need to have and what are the key numbers that we need to hit, which is like the number of closing you need to have, the number of listing you need to have, the number of contact you need to have. All those are numbers, right? And in page 135, the lead generation model gives us an overall picture of how to bring our leads to become a contact inside our database. And one of the key lessons we learned from there is that the quality is in the quantity. That means in order to have X number of quantity leads in your database, you need to go through a certain amount of quality of contact or leads that you generate in order to funnel down the tunnel to get your quality lead, right? So this tool that we're going to introduce to you is a tool that we developed to help you to apply this model into your business. So for the economic model and lead generation model, we have developed this thing called CGI calculator, which will help you to calculate the number of listings you need to have, the number of net amount that you're going to have. And from there, helps you to translate this number into a GPS business plan, right? So with this plan, that's where you look into more detail, what are the strategies you need to have in order to achieve the goal. And to help you to track the progress of your plan, we have this tool called 411, whereby it helps you to track your progress weekly so that you have able to adjust whatever strategy or activity you need to have in order to hit your target every month. So every week you have a chance to readjust your strategy and your activities. And from there, we also have a tool to help you to compare the goal and actual result. What have you done? Right? So these are the 4 tools that we have built into this tool that I'm going to show you later. And on top of that, this new GPS template that we have developed, version 3B, is that we have also included this budget model into the tool. Now, the budget model we learned from our MIA book is that there are three key areas in terms of managing your budget. Number one is lead with revenue. You use the profit that you use to reinvest that into your business. Number two, play the red light and green light, which is red light means money that you spend may not give you the return that you want. Therefore, you may consider not putting your money here, but putting the money in the green light area. Green light area means the money that you invest there bring you a certain amount of success. Yeah. So that's the lesson that we learn from this budget model. And also, once you set your budget, stick to the budget, because the budget helps you to safeguard your expenses. And these are the tools that we have so-called inbuilt into this tool. This template is called budget versus actual. What have you budget and how much is your actual expenses? And from there, we also give you a cash flow summary. Now, in this season, especially where we know every single cent that we invest in the business, we need to see certain amount of return. And one of the key elements of it is the amount of cash you have. So without a cash flow management, you may overspend without knowing it, and then your business may suffer eventually. So these are the template that I'm going to go through you later. But before this, I will invite John Kuek now to give us some thoughts and idea. How is this MIM model helping him, and especially in this current context of pandemic? So John, are you there?
Hey, hi, Seng.
Morning.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for having me, Seng.
I always like to have you.
Right. So ready to share?
Yep.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to this Zoom call. You know, it's always a pleasure to meet all of you here. And I thought today we want to have a conversation to talk about GPS. Now, before I start, right, I just want to understand everyone in this room. How many of you feel that you actually need to review your GPS and review your goal and review your strategy? Now, if yes, please type below and let me know. Let me see. Wow, the number of people say they want to review. Okay, right. So I can see a lot of people say want to review. Now, would you mind to tell me, why do you think you need to review your GPS? For me to understand better, to make the whole session more purposeful, why do you think you want to review your GPS? Get extra miles, all right. What else? Why do you think you want to review a GPS? Different marketing strategy, more to improve. What else? Change of circumstances, fantastic. I like that. Market has shifted again. Yes, Joanne, market has shifted again. What else? MCO. Want to improve. A lot of people say MCO. Okay, cost changing environment that not under our control and wanted to get in control for the next 6 months. Charles, fantastic. I like that. Accountability. With the current lockdown situation, that's the reason why we want to review our GPS in time of shifting market. Awesome. Recap and to align in the same direction of GPS or go the wrong direction. You're right. Re-strategize, realignment. Right. Fantastic. New SOP every 2 weeks. All right, cool. Now, I just want to tell you one of the, thank you for sharing, guys. I really appreciate it. I read all your comments. One of the biggest problem that we have here, we came from MCO 1.0. And when it happened, all the plan that we set beginning of the year, all gone. And we learned through that from MCO 1.0 to 2.0. So I want to tell you the story is that beginning of this year, and somehow in my heart, I feel that the MCO 3.0 will kick in and the MCO 4.0 will kick in. And if we know that will happen, right, we shouldn't plan our GPS over 12 months. Now, if you set your goal in 12 months time, right, I would just say this, all the strategy, all the priority that you set beginning of this year is no longer relevant now. Is 100% no longer relevant now. The reason because we are living in a very uncertain environment and circumstances. we really do not know what will happen next. So when I understand this, right, if I set my goal in 12 months' time, I don't have peace in my heart because I really don't know when is the U-turn will happen. When is the economy change will happen? Will the government change again? 1 year can change a few times. So when I know all this will happen, right, then, so I remember Gary Carrot say this, we should act like a market that is coming to us, not the market we are in today. Now, let me repeat that again. We should act like a market that is coming to us, not the market we are in today. So if beginning of the year when we want to set goal, right, and we know that MCO 3.0 will come, then we have to change the goal accordingly. So one of the things, so real estate business is actually easy. We always ask ourselves 3 questions. If we want to make money in real estate, we always ask ourselves 3 questions. If I can get this answer, I should be able to close the deal. I just need to put in the effective strategy. Now, question number 1 is that, how much do I want to make this year? If I want to run a real estate business or if I want to become a real estate agent, I only need to ask myself number 1 question, how much money do I want to make this year? Question number 2, so how many units do I need to close so that I can earn the money that I want to earn? So that's question number 2. Question number 3, you want to ask yourself is that, how long does it take for me to achieve the goal? How long does it take for me to achieve the goal? So let me recap the 3 questions that you really want to ask yourself when you review your GPS or when you want to do your GPS again. Number 1, how much money do I want to make this year? Number 2, so how many units do I need to close? Number 3, how long does it take? Now, maybe can you show me, so what is your income goal this year? Would you mind to type in the chat box and let me know, what is your income goal this year? No goal. What is your income goal this year? No one want to share. Okay, John Lee headache already. Everyone got no goal. 200, I believe it's 200K lah. Okay, nobody want to share. 50K, all right. What else? What else? Come on, guys. 120. Okay, let me see. I have 200K here, 120K, 150K, 123K. Wow, 400K, awesome. 160, 100, 100K. What else? Any more? Any more? Any more? Okay, Eileen saying 250K. Awesome, awesome. So that's the income goal. Eileen said 100K. So that's the income goal that you have, right? Now let me do a share screen to really, when we want to review, want to do this basic stuff. Let me do a share screen about this. Wait a minute. I just realized that I don't have a whiteboard here. Seng Fei, do you think I will have the whiteboard? I couldn't do that.
You should be able to do that.
It is gone. Oh my God.
No more. It's gone.
No, I will use
Microsoft document. Microsoft.
I will change the strategy to achieve the goal that I want to achieve. Wait,
you have to pivot all the time.
I will pivot all the time. So when there is a problem, it introduces an opportunity.
Yes.
So if there's no whiteboard in the Zoom, I'm gonna use
white document.
Yep. Wait a minute. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. Now, so the question is that I see some of you so the problem is that I can't even type. Wait a minute. Some technical problem here. Let me do that again. Sorry. Oh, I can't even type. Can't even type. Sorry. Let me figure it out. Quick one now. 1 Okay, never mind. I think I will get Seng to share the whiteboard.
I don't have a whiteboard, but I can try to use a document and see.
Let me use Google Sheet and let me try one.
Google Sheet.
Let me use Google Sheet. Let me try this one more strategy and see. I still couldn't share. I still cannot type. I don't know why.
John, never mind. I will share for you. You tell me what to type only.
Can, no problem. So, for example, refer back to the comment that below. Some people say you want to achieve 100K, 150K. So let's assume that your goal is to achieve 123,000, for example. Now, if you set your goal at 500,000 or 250,000, if you have achieved it, congratulations to you. Continue to set higher goal because now we are in June. Now, if you haven't achieved it, let's see how to fill in the gaps. So if your goal is to hit 123K, the next question that you want to ask yourself is that what is your average property price? What is your average property price? Average property price. So for example, your average property price is about 700,000. So could you say 1 million average property price? What about the rest? If you can comment below and let me know. So we say 1 million, some people maybe is lower, some people is higher. And then your commission is, for example, is like 3%, right? So 3% is about 21,000, right? So your gross commission income is about 21,000. So meaning to say, just now we asked the question number one is that number one question is how much do I want to make? Number two question is, so how many units do I need to close to achieve my goal? So if let's say 123 divided by 21,000, meaning to say you will need to close about 5.8 unit, let's say 6 unit. Okay. Now, so meaning to say, maybe go back to the goal 123. So basically, you want to achieve 123,000 and approximately about 6 units. Yeah. So approximately about 6 units. And then the question is that how long do you want to close it? How long do you want to close it? So most people set goal is they put 12 months, right? Now I want to do an exercise with you. Will you be able to achieve, for example, 6 units? Now we see very clearly 123,000, we need to close 6 units. So the next question is that, will you be able to achieve that in 11 months? Now I want to do an exercise with the audience here. If you're able to do that in 11 months, please comment yes. Instead of 12 months, we want to do that in 11 months. Would it be able to do that? All right. So some people say yes, okay. Do I have more people to do that? What about the rest? I'm a bit confused now. Okay. So most people, so there are 3 people say yes here. What about the rest? All right. Some say yes. Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Now, what about I do it in 10 months? Is that possible? What about I do that in 10 months? In 10 months' time? Okay, possible. Yes. What about 9 months? What about 9 months? 9 months in 6 units. Is that possible? Continue to let me know. Okay, I can still see a yes here. Okay. What about 8 months? What about 8 months? I can still see a yes here. Meaning to say, so what about 7 months? So some say tough but doable. Yes. Now we feel the pressure when we go to 8 months. Fantastic. Depending on the closing rate. Now I see some reaction here already. What about 7 months? Let's do that in 7 months, 6 units. I can see the challenging words here. All right, cool. Thank you for sharing. Each month, okay, 6 months can done. Wilson say can done. So let's do that 6 months. Let's compress the 12-month goal into 6 months. Do you think you can do it? Is it possible? What do you think? I can see some luck need to be involved. Okay, I can still see a yes here. What about the rest? Do you think possible or you think not sure? Okay, I can see possible here. All right, cool. Now, for example, let's focus on 6 months. All right, because when I say we want to achieve the goal in 11 months, 10 months, 9 months, 8 months, everyone feel that, oh, it's quite easy. But the moment we compress the goal to 6 months, to 7 months, to 8 months, we realize that a little bit challenging, a little bit, we need to push a little bit. Now, that is exactly the whole goal that we want to achieve. Because you know that we are living in a very uncertain environment. We can't set our goal in 12 months' time. So the question is that if you are able to achieve your goal in 6 months' time, why do you want to take 12 months? Why don't you push yourself a little bit? Just now, some people say 1 unit a month is possible. Then I said it for 6 months. Now, if you can do 2 units a month, you need to achieve your goal in 3 months' time. So meaning to say, you push yourself so hard in that 3 months' time to achieve your 123,000, and you don't care how many times the country locked down. You understand what I'm saying? And you don't care what is happening out there because you already achieved your goal. Because if at the beginning, you set your goal like this, right? You won't feel pressure at this moment because you already achieved your goal. You understand where I'm coming from? Because I remember when we start our business in January, then February, something's happened. Then we reopen the market in March and April. That's the 2 months that I have in my whole entire year to push for the sales. And if you can look at Market Center report, right, these 2 months, we have the highest transaction in the whole entire year. So I only work for 2 months, possible 3 months. So that's what happened is we channel all our energy. One of my team members, our team doing Summer Velocity, we channel all our energy to do Summer Velocity 2, and we close about 17 to 18 units in 2 months' time. Because we know that MCO 3.0 will come. So we do everything. So in May, we convert the cases slowly and slowly. And now that's the situation we are in today. So what the exercise that Lynn going through with you earlier is to really help you to understand, to compress your goal to a level that you feel a bit uncomfortable, or if you can be a little bit more uncomfortable will be better. Because when you feel uncomfortable, that is the moment you progress and grow. And when you compress the goal like this, from 12 months to 6 months or 3 months, whatever, that's the moment the urgency comes out. That's where you feel the urgency in your GPS. That's where you feel the urgency in your goal. Now, if there is no urgency in your business, there is no energy and there is no momentum. Now, most people here, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of agents here right now, they don't have the momentum. And in order for you to kickstart the momentum again, or when you want to review your GPS again to kickstart the momentum, please review back your 135 and see how can you create the urgency in your business. And when you have the urgency, you create energy and you create momentum. And when you compress the goal like this, right, suddenly your business becomes certain because you can achieve your goal in a short period of time instead of 12 months time. You understand what I'm saying? So suddenly you can see more clarity in your business that if the market is open, I'm going to put all out and close everything at once. So that is the whole things that we want to talk about. So the urgency create momentum and the urgency create energy. So that's what I want to highlight. So Seng, pass back to you. I just want to throw in this concept about 135 and really understand the game that we are in today and the market that we are in today. That what is happening right now, what will happen in Q4, what will happen in Q3, I do not know. But looking at the numbers slowly dropping now with about 5,000 cases per day, hopefully it will continue to drop. But right now, all our business should be on social media, should be on virtual appointment ready. So that's the strategy that we're doing. So I just want to tell you this concept about GPS, that we should do like this and to create the urgency in the business. All right. Pass back to you, Seng Fei. That's the short sharing that I have.
Thanks, John. So to help you to able to use the tool based on John's concept is that just now one of the question was 135. 135 is a tool that we use to help us to put our 1 year goal into 3 priority, and each priority we have 5 strategies to achieve it. That's 135. Now before that, now the goal that we set in the beginning of the year, we use this thing called CGI calculator. Right? So just now John mentioned 123. Let's say if you have set your goal this year, 123,000, right? What we need to consider is the operation expenses and the cost of sale that you need to spend on closing the deal. Therefore, if you want to net 123,000, you need to have a gross amount to achieve about 310. I round up this figure here, this calculator. Now, based on this income goal that you have set, based on the average sales price that you have, just now mentioned 700,000, you can change this to 800,000 or whatever average price that you are selling, and the average commission that you collect from each deal. And this calculator will help you to calculate if you want to gross 310 and net 123,000 and selling price at around 800,000 with a commission of 3%, each deal you close, you collect 24,000. And therefore, this calculator tells us that you need to close 13 deals, and you need to have 52 active listings that you work on, and you need to have at least 86 appointments with the seller to get your listing. Now, there is the 1 year goal average out for you. So from here, this calculator will break it down to every month, this is the number you need to hit, and this is the every week you need to achieve. The gross amount, the net amount, the number of closing, the number of listings you need to have, and the number of appointments you need to have. And this is where the economic model that just I mentioned helps you to know the number, the key number that you need to hit, right? The monthly goal and the weekly goal. So this is the 135 that we're talking about. And from the lead generation model, so if you want to close a 13 deal, this is the amount of leads that we need to have. If you talk to, let's say 700 people, you may get 129 people who are interested. And now this 129, 65 that you work closely with and to stand a chance of closing 13 deals. The ratio is roughly, if you have experienced rent, you have a database that you have been consistently follow up with based on our statistic. Roughly, if you follow up with 50 or this quality content in your database, the chance of closing 1 deal is there. So the ratio is about 50 to 1, that kind of ratio. This template here is to help you to come up with a clear number that John just now has mentioned. Now, this number we translate into the 135, which we call the GPS plan here, right? So this is the yearly goal, 1 year goal, and these are the 3 priorities that we have to set. What are the 3 priority areas that you have to focus on, how, and then from there, what are the strategies that you want to put in place to achieve this? Right? Based on the calculator here, is that every year we need to have 600 over leads, right? So in the leads generation part, so these are the strategies that I want to deploy to generate the leads that I want. Right? Now, because of what John has said, because the time has changed, market has shifted. John, what do you think? Do you think we should shift the goalpost or we should shift the priority and strategy? Which one is more important? What do you think, John? John, are you there? He's not there. Okay. Then from my personal experience is that I think we shouldn't shift the goalpost like what John had shared. But what we need to do is intensify our effort to achieve the goal by cutting shorter time. So the priority here may change and adjust accordingly. So I pass the time back to John to show you all how his priority has changed in the GPS plan. Is John still here? Can you see him? The cut off video. Yeah, back. Right. Maybe first respond to the question just I asked you, John. What do you think with this change of market situation? We have set our goal beginning of the year. That's our yearly goal. What we want to achieve. That's 123,000 net. Do you think at this time we should change the goalpost? I mean, you adjust the goal, or we should spend more time looking at the priority, how to achieve the goal that we have set?
Right. Thank you, Seng for asking that question. That is a wonderful question, very good question. And I believe this question all the agents are asking themselves. Should I change my goal lower, right? Now, the answer is no, you shouldn't change your goal. You start the game, you finish the game. You know, we don't change the goal like that. So what happened is that 2-3 days ago, I had one or two GPS sessions with the agent that they set a goal about 500,000. And then they say, oh, with this situation right now, I think I want to change the goal. Then I said, you don't change the goal. Let's look at the strategy that you have right now and see what we can do. Oh, by the way, let's talk about this agent who set goal only 150,000. Then when we go through the whole session, right, during this season of time, when we go through this whole GPS session, instead of her changing the goal, she increased the goal higher. And she become more confident about the higher goal, and she got more clarity in the goal and more clarity, more direction that how to achieve that. So I would think that don't change the goal, but really look into the strategy, what you can do. For example, if you're doing a project, for example, you're doing project and you realize that I need to change now to do sub-sale, and I can see sub-sale industrial is doing very well, or sub-sale land is doing very well, you want to go to that direction, change the strategy. Now, if you're doing sub-sale and you want to do project and you want to change the ratio, meaning to say 70% project, 30% sub-sale, you can do that. But you must understand where is the direction, what is the first step, second step, third step. So every step is very clear for you to achieve your goal. So to answer the question, don't change the goal, change the strategy.
So would you like to mind share some of your strategy that you have changed for the audience so that they have an idea?
Okay, Ken, no problem. Let me try whether I can share screen again. Okay, so host disable me to share screen. And someone make me call host.
Yeah,
so just like come out and jump in again. So I just
Christine, are you there? Can you make John co-host?
Yeah.
Christine.
Okay. No problem. Then Lynn, you do it again.
Okay, sure.
I'm so sorry today.
No problem.
Sorry, internet a bit slow. What did you all say?
Can make John Kuek co-host. Just now he dropped out.
Do that again.
Okay, John, you try again.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Yep, I still don't have that. I don't know why. So Lynn, I need to have.
Okay, sure.
Thank you for staying here. You know, otherwise everyone. Okay, so for example, let's go back to the goal that we set earlier, 123,000, which is about 6 units, right? The thing is that we want to focus on the 6 unit first. That 6 unit is the goal. I think we have to be very clear. Yep, look at this 6 unit. We have to be very clear on this 6 unit. And this is the goal. And when you set this goal very clearly, it will inform your action. So why do we want to set goal is because goal will tell us what we need to do. Now, my question to you is that, for example, you're doing property at 700,000. All you need to do is to close 7 deals. Let's talk about project first, then I will go into sub-sale because project is where my strength is. So my question is that, what do you need to do to get 6 units, right? So I will, because one of the biggest problems that all the real estate agents have right now is that I don't want to spend so much money. I don't want to spend so much money on marketing that I don't know whether they got a result. And I always say this, during lockdown times, right? The most effective lead generation is always your own database and your SOI. And the third one, the ultimate lead generation activity is referral. Your own database, your SOI, and your referral is zero cost. It's zero cost. So do what we have right now. Now, if budgeting, marketing budget is really tight for you, then do what you have right now. Remember, a few days ago, I was talking to one agent together with our regional team leader, Charles, to talk about to our agent to share about this. So this agent was in insurance line and property line for about 5 years. Now, in 5 years' time, you should have a lot of database already, right? You probably have a good database that you can refer back. So my first strategy is that if you want to close this 6 unit, number one thing is to look into your phone number and your database. And then, Lynn, can you help me to type SOI? When you type this SOI And then you want to ask yourself this question: by doing this activity, going through your database and your SOI, how many units you can close, or how many units you can get from SOI? For example, sphere of influence. Thank you, John. For example, you can close, let's say 1 to 2 units here. So maybe can help me to write 1 to 2 SOI. All right. Then the third one is, so I'm talking about zero. I'm talking about zero marketing cost. The second one is your referral. So if you do your referral properly, if you don't ask, you don't get, right? If you do your referral properly, will you be able to get 1 unit? Because my understanding in real estate is that our business should be based on referral. And I slowly see my business come from referral. Based on Summer Velocity 2, the project that we are marketing is all referral. Based on Bangsa Hill Park, our project leaders, Chris, the client are from referral. You know, based on one of team members, we're doing subsidy also from referral. So I really think referral should be able to give you 1 to 2 units. Or let's say, 1 to 2. Okay. Then what about your own contacts, your own database? Own contact, your own database. For example, some people do subsidy, right? You're focusing in Taman Tun, or maybe you're focused in SS2, Bandar Utama, Damansara High, Bukit Tungku, Monkera. You have all this database. And the question is that if you really go through all this database and touch base with them purposefully, will you be able to get 1 or 2 units there? My question is that we want to do zero marketing, right? So based on SOI, I'm able to get 1 or 2. Referral, I'm able to get 1 or 2. Own contact database, I'm able to get 1 or 2. If I do this properly during this lockdown, I really don't spend any money for that. All right. So these are things that we can do. Now, number 4. So we have SOI, we have referral, we have own contact. Now, number 4, let's spend some money. Okay. What about KW command? All right. So the question to you is that if you do KW command, you have a very good visual, very good picture, very good write out, and you do test run. By the way, one of the strategies that we are using right now is that we group together and do KW command together so that we can spread the leads. Because if we get 100 leads, I won't get 100 all quality leads, right? All right, I will have bad leads also. I will have duplicate leads also. I will have leads that will never forever pick up my call. Right. So the question is that if I do KW command, will I be able to close 1 or 2 units? So maybe Lynn, you want to help me to write down maybe 1 or 2 units from KW command. All right. So I want to leave this question to the audience. What else do you think we can do to get 1 more unit? What do you think? Comment below. Maybe 1 or 2 more strategy. What do you think you can get 1 more unit here? Let me see if anyone able to comment. Okay. Nothing. Maybe wait for a minute. Okay. Right. So no one comment. I will just. Yep. Okay. Thank you so much. I thought I'm alone. So we have a property portal. We have a SMS. So maybe Lynn can help me to write property portal plus SMS. Let's say property portal plus SMS. Campaign is KW command. Okay. So that one maybe will give you 1 unit. Let's say. Okay. Colebrook. All right. You put Colebrook there, and then TikTok. I haven't. Not too sure about that. TikTok, YouTube, okay. Roadshow lead, okay. Lynn maybe can put it down also. Roadshow lead, master leads, okay. We need. So SMS blasting is master leads, okay. Okay. What else? WhatsApp lah. So SMS plus WhatsApp together. WhatsApp, okay. All right. Cool. TikTok. Okay, thank you for your response. Let's look at all this strategy right now that Lynn helped us to write. We have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, the question I want to ask you right now is that, which one is the most easiest things to do? And I would think your SOI, your referral, and your own contact is the easiest things to do. Now, for example, if you really put your heart, your soul, and your effort focusing on these three, right? The first three, right? You should be able to see some result from there. You should be able to see some result from there. And the question is that, do you really need 6 months to close 6 deals by doing the activity 1, 2, 3? Do you really need to take 6 months to reach out to your SOI, your referral, and your own contact? I really don't think so. I really think that if you stay focused on this, and then you forget about other things, just focus on your sphere of influence, your referral, and your database, for you to reach out to them. If you have a large database, right, probably 2 weeks, you will finish all your activities here already. And if you do that purposefully, when you do lead generation purposefully and have a good conversation with them, you should be able to see some result the 3rd week, 4th week, or 6th week. Now, the question is that a lot of people say, hey, John, the market is really bad. I really don't think so. I will explain to you. Now, the buyer that is put on hold, the buyer that you have right now, and they say, hey, I'm not going to buy it right now. I'm going to put on hold. Now, don't confuse that the client say put on hold and the market is bad. Don't confuse these two things. The client put on hold is because there are restrictions that we are having right now that we can't close. But when the market is open up a little bit, you will see some transaction happening out there. So at this moment that we have right now is to do the preparation work and also the maintenance job to maintain a good relationship with our client. So is the market really bad now? No, it's just that I can't really go out and close the deal because the client really want to see the house. The client have seen the metal pot, but the client want to go physically feel the house, then they will buy. So actually you have a buyer, it will happen in 1 month's time or 1.5 months time or 2 months time. So I just want to highlight these things to you about some of the strategy that for you to close this 6 unit by just focusing on this. Seng, pass back to you.
Okay, thanks, John. So I think that a lot nugget of wisdom that John has shared with us. So how do we put this into a plan to help us? Right? Just now I shared about the priority that we have set initially. So now I'm showing you how to use this tool to help you. So all this strategy and the priority, it can change, adjust according to what John has gone through. Now, then the next thing is how can we use this tool to help us to increase the intensity that John has shared to us. And that's where the 411 tool will help. Come to the next page here, 411, right? Now, all this priority adjust accordingly to what we have learned just now. Now, the CGI calculator tells us that we need to have 54 contact and 7 appointments. So using this 7 appointment as an example, there's 1 month, 7 appointments. So instead of achieving 7 appointments 1 month, now to increase the intensity, let's say we want to achieve the 3 months goal in 1 month. It means 7 times 3, which is 21. And that's where you can adjust. In 1 month, 21, therefore, 1 week is about 5 contact. Right? So that's where you can adjust all this number accordingly. Right? So in 1 month, instead of the 7 appointments in a month, we now increase to 21 appointments in a month, and therefore divide into 4 weeks, become 5 appointments per week. So using this number, using the 411 tool, to use this number to give you the new goal to achieve in every week to increase your intensity. And that's how we use this tool to help us to intensify our activities based on the resetting priority that we have learned just now. Right. So far, any question on this tool? Let me open the chat box. Right. So if not, so then the next 3 templates that I'm going to show you is that while we know that there are some area where you can do 0 marketing cost to get your deal closed, SOI, sphere of influence, but we also need to know there are certain areas we may need to spend money on it. Right? So there's where the next part where the budget model we try to put into this template to help you to monitor your expenses. Now, I mentioned earlier, the goal that you have set here is the yearly goal, number of appointment, number of listing. Now, this is the template that will help you to track your progress. So let's say in February, let's say now in June, right? What was your actual achievement or number of appointments you're able to make? So this template will help you to keep track on that. Your goal is supposed to be 7, right? So you actually achieve 5 only, let's say times 5, then the template will tell you you're short of 2. So if your number of listing you're supposed to get 4, you get 5, you have 1 plus. So this template help you track that number of closing. Number of closing, as you're supposed to close 1, you manage to close 0. So there's a shortage. And that is the commission that you collected as well. There's a net commission you collected. Let's say every month you're supposed to collect 10,000. Net commission, you manage to collect, let's say 5,000. So this template will help you to track your actual performance as you go along, right? This template we are going to share with you in the chat box. I think just now they already shared the template you can download. So virtual support, maybe you can share this template on the chat box again for them to download. So you can download this template. And at the same time, the market step for those who are from Refuel and Caterpillar Malaysia, our internal RAN, your market center is going to conduct workshop to help you to fine tune your GPS. So there'll be, after I show you the time and date of the market center workshop, you can sign up for our existing RAN. You can sign up through your market center for the workshop to help you to work through this GPS template and go for this thing. And for our guests today, if you are not from Caterpillar Malaysia, don't worry. We are also opening this session for you, whereby later on we'll give you a link to register. If you are interested, if you are not from Caterpillar Malaysia, you want someone to talk to you about your business plan, how to work out all this number using this tool. We will have a special one-on-one consultation session prepared for you. If you register later, we'll send you the link, whereby we will arrange a time to have a consultation session with you. So back to this goal versus actual, this tool actually helps you to keep track every month what is your actual performance and therefore any variance in your performance. Yeah. Right. With that, we also look into the budget aspect of it. Now, this is the template with the budget versus actual. Now, you look at this number here, 7688. Actually, is a number that we had calculated from the CGI calculator earlier. Because from here, there's operating expenses of 92,000 per month, per year. So when you divide by 12, this number will come back to here. Your monthly budget is about 7,000 for you to expect. And in this column here, there's where you can plan out your budget. What are the areas you want to spend money and how much you're willing to put in every month. Okay. So for example, you can change this, let's say a flyer, you want to change the portal. So you can change the word portal, and you can see this word portal appear here as well automatically. And how much are you going to budget beside it? Let's say you want to spend 1,000. Right. So this budget will automatically appear here for you to keep track. Now this template here is to help you to plan out what are the areas you want to invest your money in run your business, right? So after you key in all this budget, you see that the balance, whether it is exceeding or still below the operation cost that we calculate from the CGI calculator. Right? So from here, you can put down, let's say, okay, in June, your budget 1 month for portal is 1,000. This month you spend 450. So you key in 450, so you have surplus of 550. Right? So same thing for FP campaign, how much you want to put in, all this. So this template here will help you to keep track on your budget and expenses. And that's where the budget model come in. Right? So from here, you evaluate where is your red flag, where is your green light, and red light to adjust your budget accordingly. And from here, that's where we also link into the cash flow. Right? So in this cash flow summary, we have the net income, that's the amount that you receive. So just now we mentioned in June, you receive 5,000 commission. So this 5,000 coming here, right? Operating expenses, just now we put in 450 for the portal and it will appear here. Plus any other one-off expenses. Let's say you want to buy a new laptop that may cost you 4,500. So you key in 4,500. And so from here, you know that you still have surplus of $50 for June. With all this tracking to help you to manage your finance. because cash flow in this season is very crucial for you. So therefore, you need to be keeping track in all this number, not only the goal, the number of goal, the number that you need to hit, there's an economic model, the number of leads you need to have, there's a lead generation model, and the amount of cash flow and the budget that you need to have, that is from the budget model from the MIEA. So this template, just now I posted in the chat box, you can download it and use this template to help you to manage your business right now. So that is the tool that we have developed to help you to manage your business. Any questions on that? Right. So, okay, Roger Chabot, can you show the slide of the Market Center workshop? Now, for those who are from Redfield, the Market Center has arranged all the workshop to help you. Your PC, your TR, all these things will help you to work through your work through your GPS. So these are the date. Now, it's the next 3 Friday. Your Market Center will conduct a workshop to help you work through your GPS. Now, register this through your Market Center. Right? So if you are rent from KW Malaysia and Redfield, register this workshop through your Market Center. And for our guests who is not from Redfield, this is the link that we need to post on the. But for guests, especially if you are experienced rent who have been in the industry for 3 years or more, and your production, let's say about 60K and above, this consultation session will be very meaningful to you because you have the data and experience that you need in order to work out a more meaningful business plan for you. So if you are not from Redfield, Malaysia, you can sign up through this QR code so that we can arrange a one-on-one consultation to help you to work through your business plan based on the tool that we have. Right? Okay, John, I pass back to you. I think you have some information to pass to us, and also I think you have a workshop as well that for GPS workshop that will tailor for platform business.
Right, yeah. So just now what you show is really, really good. It really helped us to really understand all the numbers. Want to quickly show this quickly. So we do have something similar that we are doing because we understand that when we, sorry, let me do this correctly for you to understand better. Okay, so as mentioned, when we set goal in not 12 months, but 6 months or 3 months, right? That's how we monitor the number. So just now the template is fantastic. I think everyone should use that template. But this one is for me to understand when I set goal 123,000, right? I know how much I want to hit. Can you look at this target goals? So January, February, how much I want to hit. So that's the target net. So this is the actual that actually has hit, you know, this is the number that we get. So bottom also tells us about the progress, how many % we did that. So I remember for PIC in my platform, they need to hit their goal in 3 months' time. But the question is that some people worry, hey, John, if I don't hit my goals in 3 months' time, meaning to say I fail in business, the answer is not like that. The question is not, you set 3 months goal, then you confirm must hit that, but it's not that. When you set 3 months goal, your intensity, your energy, and your momentum is going. Now, can you see that in the first quarter, you already hit almost 60%? Are you happy? Now, even though you didn't hit your goal 100%, but hit your goals 60%, are you happy with that? Then continue, we do that in April and May, we continue to hit that. Can you see that number? So we almost hit about close to 100,000. Now in June, let's look at June. June, okay, we didn't close anything in June. What does it mean? So if June I didn't close, it's all right, because sometimes I know in business, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. So what do I do in June? Then I will create a lot of activities and virtual events going on. But it doesn't mean that I don't have sales. I do have clients want to buy property maybe 1 month later. So it doesn't matter, even if by June I don't earn any money, but I know my business is still going. All right. So this is the thing. So I do have workshops going on as what Seng just mentioned. I will have one workshop for Somewhere Velocity 2 is a project in Cheras that I will share a little bit more and show you my 135, that how do you hit your 12-month goal in 2 weeks time. And it's going to be a result-focused, purpose-driven, and massive action. It's very aligned with what Amiru shared yesterday, the 80-20 Pareto principle, that we focus on the 20% that will bring 80% of the result. So the workshop is craft a GPS to achieve 123,000 in 12 weeks. So maybe Kelvin can help to share the link so people can join the WhatsApp group and RSVP there. Now, we have only about 100 packs in the group. So far, we have 25 of them sign up. I have other core team member join and together review the goal, that how do we hit that in 12 weeks, all right? So, and not only that, in the workshop for Somewhere Velocity 2, we set the goal, and at the same time, we provide you, if you are going to do KW Command, we provide you all the EDM and also the artwork. So if you join the group right now, you click the group info, you will see number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. We have all the EDM ready for you to launch your campaign if you want to do lead generation. So we do have a lot. These are our old EDM picture. We have numbers of that. I think easily we have 10 to 15 different EDM. We have the Chinese version for you to take and market to your client and also to do KW Command. And these 3 are the latest one that we did just yesterday. This is the first one we targeted investor. This is the second one. We see the whole picture is very near to KL, just right next to the Somewhere Velocity Mall. And then this is another EDM. So these 3 EDM are the latest EDM for you to advertise on social media if you want to, all right? So again, this will be the workshop for this Friday. And by the way, when we have one Bangsa Hill Park workshop. So a lot of people thought, I come to workshop, I learn, I take notes. In fact, it's not. In fact, people take action. So for the first workshop that we have done last week, and I remember the workshop is how to run your Bangsa ads. In fact, I've seen a lot of agents took action and run their ads. This was the first workshop that I've done for 2nd of June. I've seen people run their ads on Facebook already, run their ads on Command. And then I see Chua from Market Center to Chua run 10 different assets to test run, you know. And then we have Winnie, different, write out different picture. And then we do have Stephanie Chong who is running this as well. And I see Eileen run 3 different ads, different picture, different write out, and also a video ads. And we are generating leads right now at this season of time. So, so when you come to workshop, we don't just learn and take notes, but we don't apply. So the GPS workshop is to really take massive action. And I'm very proud of people who are taking action because that will change life. So if you are really interested, then you come in. Oh, by the way, when we do this workshop, right? When we do this Bangsa Hill Park workshop, we generate leads, right? We are promoting, wait a minute. We are promoting the event this Saturday, Why Invest in Bangsa. So there's a workshop, there's a lead generation process, and there's an event for you to bring your client here. So in June, at least we are doing something about it. We're doing something about it. We touch base with our client and all. Okay. So for Somewhere Velocity 2 workshop this Friday, and we will be pushing for the event on next Wednesday as well, is to talk about why you should invest in TOD product, because Somewhere Velocity 2 is TOD product. So that's all from me, guys. So if you're interested, please sign up for the workshop and do something about it. Thank you, Seng.
Thanks, John, for the sharing. So guys, I think by now, while we are being locked down in the house, you should lock yourself down in opportunity that's available. So this is one of the opportunity that's available for us to lock yourself down there and focus on doing it, right? We have plenty of opportunity created to support you. And the GPS workshop is one of it, whereby look into the detail of your GPS. Can I have the announcement slides now? Right. So again, for those who are from KW Malaysia, previous 2 slides. For those who are from KW Malaysia, this is a workshop that's going to take place in your market center. So register through your market center to attend this workshop to fine-tune your GPS, to really look into your strategy and add in the element of how to look at your expenses. That is where the budget model will help you. Right? for our guests who is not from Redfield, this is the link, next slide, that you can scan now to register for a one-on-one consultation, whereby our team leader, our leaders will contact you to arrange a time to talk to you in more detail and in a private setting about your business, looking into your business, right? So now it will be more meaningful if you have about 3 years experience in the industrial and you have some data whereby you're performing about 60K and above. That will give you a sizable data to work out a meaningful GPS business plan for us. Right. Next slide. Now, not only lock down in opportunity, we should lock ourselves down in improving ourselves through all this virtual training. Right. So tomorrow we'll talk about shift tactic. Number one, gaining mind share in the shift market, whereby our experienced trainer William will bring us through this tactic. And also want to highlight this Friday, especially this coming Friday night. Next slide, please. There will be a special session. Jonathan Lee and I Ching from MIEA will talk about how to conduct your business during MCO. So you can sign up this session through the QR code just now, the previous slide. Do you mind go back to the previous slide? There's a QR code in the virtual training there. You can sign up through the QR code here to register for that session as well. So we have many virtual training lined up for you. If you want to know more about a budget model, next week, Rostan will be conducting a shift tactic whereby remargin your business, managing your expenses. So that workshop, that virtual training will help you understand the budget model better, so that when you use this tool, you have a better understanding of what the model is about. Right? Next slide, please. Okay, we continue to run this national consumer campaign. Basically, this is a campaign whereby we support you by giving you this EDM to keep in touch with your database, keep in touch with your customer. Right? We want to show our customer we are not here just to do business with them. We are here to go through this MCO session together with you. Right? We are here to care for you. We want to be in touch with you. In case you need any support, any help, we are here to support our customer as well. Right. Next slide, please. While we are being locked down, we also want to help some of the students, especially come from the poorer environment, or they cannot afford to have a laptop to continue their online session. Right? The school is going to close until I think July or July. So there'll be virtual lesson continue next week when the school is supposed to reopen. But because of the MCO lockdown, they cannot go back to school. So some of the students may have some problem because they do not have a laptop. So we are partnering with the MSCO NGO to collect old laptop, which is less than 10 years old and is still functionable, so that they can reprogram it to give it to all the students so that they have a laptop to continue to attend their classes. So if you have any old laptop, please tell us, and there's a link later for you to sign up. As well, if you do not have, you want to give cash donation, you feel free to do that. The next slide will give you the detail from how to give a donation. Right? Yep, this is the one. So if you are giving laptop, you let us know. For computer donation, you can follow the link there, and for cash donation, you can bank into this bank account here. Right. Next slide. Right, that's all from us today. John Kuek, you have any last advice for our audience before we end the session?
Oh yes, my last advice to everyone is to go and review your GPS. If you really think that you have the SOI, your database, and you want to touch base with them, I believe some of you have that client, time block it and do that, and get connected to your GPS. Now, if you get connected to your GPS, you won't be able to sleep at night one because you're thinking about your GPS all day long, all right? And when you wake up, the alarm won't wake you up, your goal will wake you up, all right? So get connected to your GPS, guys. That's my advice for everyone.
Thank you, John. Right. So if you think this session has helped you, please type in the chat box, helpful. Type the word helpful in the chat box if you think that this session has helped you to look at your business in a different way. All right. So John, we have helped many people this morning.
We have helped, not me, we. The whole KW regional helped us actually.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so sign up for your workshop, for GPS workshop. For our guests, remember to sign up. If you miss the link, contact any of our market center so that they will help you to register for a one-on-one consultation session if you are not from with you. With that, thank you very much and all the best to all of you and a good week ahead, good day ahead, and see you tomorrow, the next training, which is gaining mind share in the shift market. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.